Lilith showed up right around the time Hecate made herself known. Yeah, right around the time shortly after my initiation, um, Lilith showed up. But I was not ready for that conversation. Lilith shows up when you are not just done with men, you are done with men. And that's not to say there aren't women out there who claim to work with Lilith, but they're still entertaining men. They're still entertaining men. They want to achieve Lilith's status, right? They want to achieve that level, but they're still hooked on men. They're still down for men. Like, they think that, Lilith is going to protect them from being abused by men, right? Like, you're going to be able to have your cake and eat it too, right? And it's just not been my experience with Lilith. She shows up and she makes her presence known, but working with her while still entertaining the idea of marriage to a man or entertaining men, sex with men, unless you're intending on draining their soul, sucking them dry, like unless you plan on being a succubus and really being out to destroy a man through the act of physical congress, um, if you're still having romantic ideas of love, then you're not ready to work with Lilith. Not really. Not really. You might admire her. She loves the admiration and she hopes that one day she can work with you. But if you're still entertaining men, then you're not really working with Lilith. You admire her. You're an admirer, but you're not really working with her. And I know that there's a lot of witches out there, practitioners, people who really do honor Lilith, but they're out there thinking about marriage and children. And you got to understand Lilith lore. And her refusal to submit to a man got her cursed by the angels that 100 of her children would die every day. She's not about helping men procreate and make babies. She's not about that. So this is what I know to be true, that if you claim to work with Lilith, but you're still dating and entertaining the idea of marriage and children, you're not working with Lilith. You're cosplaying. You're trying to seem edgy. It's a way that you think that you're going to protect yourself, because if he's scared of Lilith, then he's going to be scared of you. But you're using Lilith as a costume rather than truly embodying what Lilith believes. But she showed up because she always does. Wherever Hecate goes, when Hecate approaches a woman or a potential practitioner, and I understand there are men who honor Hecate, and so I have to include you if you truly do honor her. And you're not just trying to get in some girl's pants who happens to be a witch. It's not cool to cosplay. And there are men out there who will literally say that they're into all this stuff, into this woo-woo stuff, spiritual stuff, witchcraft and stuff, but they're not really. I recently had an experience with someone who reached out to me in DMs and was asking me all these questions, but ultimately he wasn't really interested. He was just looking for an excuse to talk to me. He wasn't genuinely interested, and I clocked that pretty quickly. So I'm not fooled by a man's interest at claiming he has an interest in Hecate or that he's a devotee of Hecate That's between him and Hecate. It's 100% between him and her. But I'm always, you know, I just know men. And this is why I work with Lilith now, which is why she's on my altar. It took a long time. It took a couple, almost 2 years to be real ready to truly embrace and embody what Lilith teaches. And that's a conversation most women, most people are not ready to have. Yeah, that's what makes Lilith so fucking terrifying. That's what makes her so terrifying. Because of how, when you know who Lilith is, you understand just what she's about. And so a woman like myself, who makes absolutely no bones about how I feel about marriage and relationships, and how completely uninterested I am in dating, because if you've listened to my videos, if you follow my TikToks and you know my experience with men, and you sit there and tell me that I am being unreasonable by having this attitude after the way I have been treated by men, I am not listening to what other women say and taking all of my decisions based on what I'm hearing from a handful of women on TikTok. No, I'm talking about real lived experience. And I will make you really fucking uncomfortable with my stories. I will make a man so fucking uncomfortable he won't be able to stick around. He will hear himself. He will hear stories that he knows are true, because nobody knows men like men know men. So, I have been working with Lilith. I spent a lot of money. My Lilith statue is the most expensive of all of my statues. She cost the most. She was the hardest to obtain. And she serves at Hecate's disposal. She serves Hecate. She really does. And she's totally fine with that. She's a daughter of Hecate. This is a mother-daughter. Because Hecate is older by a lot. While Lilith was formed from the earth at the same time as Adam, Hecate was here before the earth was formed. That's how ancient Hecate is. She existed before the earth. That's why she has dominion over the heaven, the stars, the sea, the earth. She was here. She has dominion over all of it. And so Lilith naturally loves Hecate. And she came to stand and be with her mother and to support me. And because I now embody what Lilith teaches about never shrinking yourself for a man, never selling yourself out to be with a man, never making your purpose in life to be with a man. Just kind of don't fuck with him. Even if you think he's the one, how do you know you're his one, even if you think he's your one? You don't. And most of the time you'd be wrong if you said you are his one. Men don't have one. They're not programmed that way.